Hello, YouTube fam. It's Comfort Beach Ambition. I'm back with another offering today. So what you have today in the box is AzamPay. So AzamPay is a payment aggregator. It is mostly used in Tanzania, but I'm pretty sure that it is also used in some other countries. So as I've said, AzamPay is a payment aggregator, just like any other payment aggregator, like Flutterwave, uh, DPO, and the like. So, what you're going to do over here is we're going to use something that I created, which I named Wit PHP Azamp. So that script is going to help us interact with the AzamPay APIs. Yeah. So what you're going to do first, as I always say, talking is cheap, is what you have to do first is to click here on developer. Don't forget about this. I'm going to leave the link in the description. So what you have to do here is to click on developer. Sorry about my background, it could be a little bit of noise. So I'm going to click on developer account here. So if you don't have an account, kindly click on create your account. But if you do really have an account like me, you just have to click on login to your account. So for those people who don't have like accounts for AzamPay, you could just kindly fill in with this form which you load here, or which is loading. So as for me, I already have an account. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on login here. Okay, so I'm going to type in with my email address over here. Okay. Okay, so now a fresh account looks something like this. So once you are done with creating your account, what you have to do is to log in just like I've done it, and then you have to click here on register app, register app. So you're going to find some fields like app name. So here we have like app name, client, callback URL. So for now, if your account is fresh, it's not going to show any callback URL over here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not for now I'm just not going to tamper with it. But for this, all I'm going to do here is we'll be back to this page in a minute. So we have this with AzamPay PHP SDK, which you're going to be using for this session. So this is just like a script, or maybe you can call it an SDK, which I recently created about 8 minutes ago. And what you're going to do over here is I'm going to download this repo. Don't worry about it. The link is already in the description. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click on download as zip. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to be following these instructions written here. So this script covers everything. So step one, configure database from classes.php and then import the database.html from the root folder. So the database.html is right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy this file. Where is it? PHP Azamp. Yeah, this one. I'm going to paste it into my PHP folder. So if you're using XAMP, you could just kindly paste it into your HT docs. Yeah. So as for me, I'm just using the direct PHP server on my Linux machine here. Don't worry about the operating system. Kindly, this thing do work on do works on any operating system as long as you have a PHP server with you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to paste it here, extract here. So this is it. I'm going to open it, and then I'm going to take note of this database.html. So what I'm going to do here is, according to the documentations here, what is required is to configure the database. So we can't do the database configurations without importing this database.html into our database. So I'm going to open my PHP, my admin. Okay, so I'm going to click on new, and this one I'm just going to name it AzamPay. Okay, so after naming it, so I'm going to do here is I'm going to uh, drag and drop this database.sql file onto it, and I'm going to drop it. Yeah, tala, when it's dropped, it shows success, and then if you click on structure here, you should be able to see. And then yeah, so what I'm going to do here is from my files, where is that? So from I'm going to open this classes. I'm just going to open it from Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is my VS Code. This is the code which I downloaded from GitHub. So I'm going to click on db.php here. The database, I named it AzamPay. The server is localhost. Okay, so you just have to fill in these details according to your database needs. Password. Yeah, so for you guys who are using XAMP, I really don't think if you really need to insert a password here or to put a password. So for now, I'm just going to test it on my local server, and then after I test it on my local server, I'm going to deploy it online. Yeah, okay. So what we got here, going to click on where is that? PHP Azamp. I think it has to do with some permissions here. Yeah, it has to do with some permissions. Read, create, read, and write. Read and write. Okay. Yeah, that to do. So it looks like this when you open it. So before we could go further, let me just walk you through the code. So I created a folder which I named classes.php. So this classes.php has two files. So not two files, but it has okay. So it has the most important files from here are main, db, and azampay. So this azampay.php helps us to process AzamPay requests, to say those coming from the AzamPay APIs. This db.php helps us to interact with the database which I created. Yeah. So I wrote something over here, something to note of. Okay. The concepts. So for this script, you have used the database file which has only a transactions tab. So this will be used to compare transactions from the transactions that are received from the callbacks. So since we have made this code to run on our local server, what I'm going to do next is to deploy it on a live server. Why are we deploying it on a live server? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that most of the people are asking that questions, but don't worry, that's the reason why I'm here. If I'm not going to answer this, I'll be sick. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Okay, let's go. That was just a joke. Okay, so I'm going to go to my Namecheap server. I'm going to go to my Namecheap server. So the reason why, okay, let me answer that question. Like I said, if I don't, I'm gonna get sick. So the reason why we are deploying it on a live server is that AzamPay does things differently. So we need to put something here on the callback URL. On the if we had to insert like a local URL, it won't be accessible since it's only accessible within our machine. So we really do need a live URL as a callback URL to use. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open my cPanel. I'm going to open my cPanel from Namecheap. So I'm going to pause this video a little bit since I'm going to open some sensitive information. All right, fam, let's get back to business now. So, with me, I'm just using cPanel to host this script. You can use whichever server you would like, but you just have to make sure that that is a live server and it doesn't have to be any local server. So, let's, what I mean by local server is the local host. Okay, so I'm going to create a subdomain which we're going to use for testing purposes. So, I'm going to create a subdomain. Okay, so I'm going to name it. Okay, so I'm going to name it Azam. AzamPay dot it will be azampay.nimbo.com. Okay, this process would take some minutes to load. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to post this video later. Okay, our subdomain has been created now. So what you're going to do next is we're going to create the database. So I'm just going to create a MySQL database. Yeah, I'm just going to create a MySQL database from my cPanels live server. So I'm going to name it AzamPay. AzamPay. I click on create database, and next I'm going to create a database user and give it a number of privileges. Give it all the privileges. I mean, like the master privileges. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to name it also AzamPay, and for the password, I'm just going to use a random generator. Okay, let me pick. Yeah, so let's use this one. Let's use this one, AzamPay. Okay, and then click on create use. So the next thing what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to give this user some permissions. Okay, so okay. Okay, sorry about my background. It could be a little bit of noisy, like I said. So I'm going to now upload the script. I'm just going to upload the script file manager. I'm just going to upload the script into the folder into that subdomain folder which we created, which is azampay.nimbo.com. Let's go. Okay, so now let's start doing some magic. Okay, AzamPay, where is it? Here it is. So what I'm going to do here is, okay, noise, background noise. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So where is that? Okay, so PHP AzamPay. Yeah, so yup. Where is it? Where is it? So I'm going, or maybe let me just upload that file we got from GitHub. Yeah, to make things faster. Okay, so I'm just going to drop it right here. It's about 1.65 megabytes. I don't know why it has even reached the megabyte. So as we are waiting for this, let's also import that database configuration file into our PHP my admin. Yeah. Okay, it's recording. Oh, network is too slow. I think there's some things that I have to eliminate from here. Assets. Oh, everything seems to be set. I'm good. Okay, let's wait for it. Let's wait for it until this upload is done. So when this upload is done, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to extract it. And sorry about my network. It seems to be slow today. Okay, so I'm going to click on AzamPay here, AzamPay, and I'm going to uh, drop this database configuration file. Come on, yeah, I'm going to drop it here on AzamPay, on this AzamPay file. Yeah, it's success. So it's a success again. So okay, so what you just have to do here is to wait for this file to upload. I know it's taking very long. Shouldn't take this. This is a small file. Let me figure out what could be the problem. Okay, so we have uploaded our files now. What I did in the background in order to reduce time is I had to upload that file, extracted it, and now here it is. So now what I'm going to do next here is I'm going to just do some configurations. Okay, some database configurations. So after I'm done with the database configurations, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the AzamPay configurations. Okay, so the password, so the password. Okay, I know some people are like, why is he disclosing this sensitive information? But the fact is that I'm going to delete these credentials just after this session. Okay, okay, tala. Okay, saved. And we also do configure AzamPay. So what I'm going to do here is, okay, so let's do configure our AzamPay dashboard. Okay, so what I'm going to, we need to take note of this file, which is AzamPay callback.php. So let's have a look at its directory carefully. Oh no, let's have a look at its directory carefully before we could do anything with it. Okay, it's open from here. Where is it open from? Okay, so let's have a look. So here it is. So it has to be your site URL, azampay.php. Okay, https. Okay, let me let me check here if it's accessible. Yeah, it's accessible. It's accessible. So this is my domain URL, as you can see, https.nyumba.com. No, I think it's not what we need. We need that callback file. So delete everything. Let's delete everything. So what you're going to do here is take note of your domain URL. So I'm using my sub domain URL is so, and then on the forward slash over here, you need to put AzamPay callback.php. Okay, you need to put AzamPay callback.php update. And what you're going to do next over here is to generate new key. So this is my client ID. Client ID. Client ID. So where is it? Client ID supposed to be here. Up name is which levels. So from here, I'm going to paste it. Client secret. Client secret key. I'm also going to copy it. Okay, client secret. Hold on. Let me just put it in a single line so that it makes sense. Okay. It's not allowing me to. Anyway, not a big deal as long as it works. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Saving. Okay. So now let's test it. Let's test it. Okay. azampay.nimbo.com. Let's access the URL, please. Let's access it together. Okay. So this is the payment form, the basic form. Comfort. Okay, so with this thing is that you can customize it to whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to put Airtel and I'm going to say 20 Tanzanian shillings. Let's say 200 Tanzanian shillings, and then going to put my 968793843. Okay, let's see what you're going to have here. So it's processing and it's sending a request. Here should show transaction in progress. Yeah, so it's processing now. It's processing. Okay, let's do the form resubmission now. I'm going to just do a little bit of refresh. So I'm going to fill in here, comfort. Okay, my email, amount, 500 Tanzanian shillings. Yep. And I'm going to hit the pay now. Okay, let's see what you get here. Okay, transaction process successfully. Yeah. So which means it has worked. So now we wait for the redirect. So now it has redirected us to this redirect.php. So that's how it works, you know. So that's all for AzamPay integration. So with AzamPay, you're going to integrate with Airtel, Hello Pesa, Tigo Pesa, and the other one which I don't know. Okay, so that's all for this demonstration over here. So what I'm going to do before we could go is I'm going to walk you through the repo. Going to walk you through the repo. Okay, so I'm going to open it from my GitHub and then walk you through the code, the whole code here. So what's happening here is that when this index.php is just it's nothing but just a basic form, you know. And then here on our inc folder we have submit.inc.php. Okay, so this is it. So when it detects that the payment method selected is Airtel, Tigo, or Halopeza, it's running this mno checkout. Yeah, mno checkout function which I created from the AzamPay class. So this is what it's doing, and then over here is it's inserting these values: your account ID, amount, the currency, and the payment method used. So for the payment methods could either be Airtel, Tigo, Halopeza, and that other one. So and the last here, what it's doing is inserting these values into the database, and then the title of the product you can define it from here if you feel like you have to define it. Yeah, so and then from here what's happening is that it's checking the status. Once it receives a call back from AzamPay to say, okay, your transaction was a success, and then that's where it's redirecting us to that payment success page. So that's what's happening over here. And yeah, and then we have this AzamPay.callback. So this AzamPay.callback, it's just used to receive the callback from AzamPay. So it does the checkout of the utility reference and it compares it with the reference that we have in our database table named transactions. And then if the status received is success, it updates the records, and from there it shows success. So if I try to check from my transactions table here, we're going to find that we have some values. We have some values here. So this is the value, and the status received was success. So these are the values. So that's all I had for AzamPay. I really thought I should create this tutorial since I really did encounter a serious trouble. I was trying to integrate it. I really found it so complicated, but since I'm here and I do believe that knowledge is sharing, I had to come up with a tutorial. So it's nice to meet you guys and see you in the next episode, which I'm going to release soon. Thank you.